Good afternoon. Everybody's doing well? Long day? Yes? Okay. I realize we are way beyond schedule. The good news is that I realized I was scheduled for 20 minutes, but I was told I had 10 minutes, so normally it should be much shorter. I'll start by thanking Gurtam once again for having me. Last time was, I believe, in Minsk 2019 was the latest telematics, so thank you. And thank you, everybody. It's been a very informative day for me. I must admit I know nothing about fleet management, about fuel sensors, and about all the discussion you had today. So my job is to connect the devices, make sure that your device can send the information, that you can get the information on real time, and that you can do whatever you need to do with those information. So it's always super interesting for me to understand also what's happening afterwards and what you do with those information. I'll speak very briefly about BICS, about where we come from, because that's important to understand where we're going. I'll speak about SIM4Things, which is our IoT product, the one that you will be most interested in. And I'll conclude with a very brief use case on how BICS, Gurtam, and our common partner in North Africa made sure that 1 + 1 + 1 equals 45,000. BICS comes from the telecommunication side of the industry. We've been active in the past 25 years, mainly with mobile network operators a bit all over the world. We are providing them, we started with international voice traffic, and then we moved on to international messaging, and then finally international roaming. So we are providing mobile network operators all over the world with all the technical solutions they need in order to launch their roaming proposition. In terms of market share, to give you a bit of an idea, in terms of voice, we are in the top 10 carriers in the world. Number one being obviously Tata, as they manage all the Indian traffic. In terms of roaming, we transport roughly 45 to 50% of the global roaming traffic, and the market share increases to somewhere probably around 60–65% if we look purely on data connectivity. So as soon as you go abroad with your phone, and lots of you here are not from Dubai, if you're in a roaming scenario, not only is it costing you an arm and a leg, but chances are quite high that this traffic is going through our network. We have also decided to move a few years ago to connecting applications. We bought a company based in California who is very active with people like Facebook and Googles of this world. And we created the very first end-to-end CPaaS. So with our sister company Telesign, making sure that they have all the connection on the website of the industry, and BICS being able to terminate the traffic, being voice, WhatsApp, or messaging traffic to your phones through the mobile network. So we are really bridging the two sides of the business. All this traffic is going through our carrier-grade telecom network. So we have participation in sea cables and points of presence a bit all over the world, which allows us as well to do extremely secured connection, traditionally via API, but also via VPN or even private IPX if that's required. And finally, we are also connecting things, devices, IoT, machine to machine, whatever you call it. Our product is called SIM4Things. So what we did is we wanted to benefit from this expertise that we have on the telecommunication and on the roaming side of the business, on the data connectivity, and bring this expertise to people like you who are not usually taking care of telco as a core business, but is more as a pain you have to go through, make sure that that it works everywhere. So that's really what we have been busy in the past years. So we have our core network, we have developed, we have our own license, we have roaming agreements a bit all over the world, and we provide SIM cards, MFF2, plastic, eSIMs, whatever you want, to make sure that these devices can connect absolutely all over the world. We provide redundancy with a minimum of 2–3 networks per country, depending on the region. Because we have an extremely secure network, as I mentioned before, we are able to provide as well so private IPX and go directly to the data centers of our customers, which has allowed us to win very important names such as PayPal, for example, who is relying on BICS to monitor roughly 100 platforms that they have a bit all over the world. Customers like Uber, for example, who is relying as well on BICS to connect the tablets that they give to the restaurant for Uber Eats all over Europe. So yeah, that's what we're doing there. And then what we have done with Gurtam and with Tazi, which is our common partner in Mali, is to make sure that, as was explained already also earlier on today, the end customer had a lot of troubles with fuel theft when they were transporting oil all over the West African subcontinent. The main issues they had was that there was no real-time data available. Coverage is very problematic in a lot of countries in West Africa. It's very difficult to find a network that has the right coverage, but it's also difficult because if you find a network that has the right coverage, sometimes the network is down or that specific antenna is down, and so it's very important to have redundancy and as many networks available as possible at an affordable price. But they also needed a solution to reduce road accident and fuel consumption. So as you can see here on the different maps, I'm not sure if you see very well on the screen. On the top map, you see all the violations that have been noticed by the system. And here you see the coverage in a specific country if you have only one network, and here if you have two networks. So the importance of finding the right connectivity and to be able to adapt the connectivity with the same provider depending on the country, depending on the usage, depending on the type of device that you have is absolutely crucial. So what we did is basically we combined the expertise of Tazi 360, which is our partner in Mali, who has selected BICS as a SIM provider to connect their entire solution. They selected the right GPS tracker, taking care of the specific environment in which the trucks in that region operate. And obviously, Wialon has played a very key role with the geofencing features, the tank level sensors, and so on. So Tazi has built the entire project, integrated that project in their end customers' environment. And the result is that the end customer has made a saving of $45,000 per month. They can also control the driver behaviors, and the drivers are not motivated or are motivated to stop trying to steal fuel from when they transport, because they know that chances are very likely that they're gonna get caught. I think I was within the 10 minutes. Okay. I don't know if you have any question.
Check. No. Check. I'm sorry, I don't know if I missed this, but does BICS stand for something?
Our mother company is now called Proximus. But in the past, it was called Belgacom. And so BICS stands for Belgacom International Carrier Services. But we kind of...
BICS.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any questions from anybody? No? Thank you very much. Thank you, Cédric, Eloy.